What's the score looking like there?
61
Score is
to
currently
40. Red.
yeah,
That one.
good push here.
Red's doing nicely this round. Looking up for the boys this time. Let's hope that they can hold it, keep that distance there, and get a win this round.
Okay.
Judging by the teams though, it looks like LGD have brought in their more long to medium range players in. From what I know, Esther Susie, Lead Feeder, and Aras are their more sort of mid-range players, and it's Aquavars and Crazy that are their close-range players. Whereas I'm not really too sure about the red players, but Suez seems to be more to their forte, I should say.
Yeah, it seems like most of them are medium to long range. I don't really see many of them rocking super close range weapons. Maybe Brisk Frisk, sorry, is there, but I mean, if you look at LGD side, almost all of them are using sweepers right now.
Indeed, Sweeper is a good gun. It's something that we don't really see too often, but I think it's definitely one of those underrated guns that needs to be used more within the community.
Definitely. That I will say.
So go-to now that the autoloader is banned.
The auto-loading is banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the saddest day.
Wow. Wow. Really?
It's because our Kelpone here in the stream was too good at it, so they're just like, nah, you can't use it anymore.
We're live.
Wow, that's interesting.
I know we're live.
The autoloader is like the #1 comp weapon to use.
Okay, guys, we're back on the stream proper. Sorry about that.
Welcome back, guys. Sorry for technical difficulties, but there's not much we can do about that.
Indeed,
but we
scores
are
are
back.
72 to Red and 58 at LGD. LGD did get triple cap in the early moments of the game, but it looks like they are pulling back.
And Susan might be getting again.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a chip cap again.
Here we go.
I see the spawn. I'm going to.
We're getting corner spawn.
I'm going to go
getting
camera
wiped out
2.
instantly. Not even nearly breaking, but now it's a 1v1.
Yeah. Oh no,
It's only one versus one on the B flag.
No, goes the way. You see these
Still
guys,
another 1v1.
the LGD guys are searching A. I think they think someone's there. We've got Galaxy Crazy watching that back run.
We have
Yes,
a little
he's
dance
watching palms
Aquavars.
rise, goes down. He's gonna get pinched on the right there. Oh no,
We've got another spawn. Salts, any comments? You probably are swearing at us. We do apologize again, guys.
Well, the guys are too lost to even swear at us. They're not even sure what stream, if they know what stream to be on.
Well, all you have to do is, guys, join the same stream that we started, and it should be good. We've got a 5 on Apple.
We're back up to 13, guys.
16.
So here we go,
Okay.
as we
Very good
see.
Well, LGD's
Red
getting
falling
very
behind.
aggressive here.
Going for another triple cap. This will be their third time now this round already.
Looks
Okay.
like they're
And
super
there they
I
go.
wonder if they've
comfortable.
seen the full spawn out. Aquavars is checking if they've got C spawns. By now they know they've got A spawns. Aquavars turning around.
Okay, got a little
Okay,
flank.
let's see if they get positions here. Aquavars is going to take up that right side. Oh, the guys have been shot down from behind. That's very nice work. They can surely turn the map around. But Aquavars gave them a very ugly spawn there on B. So we've got 5 men pushing against 3 on Delta.
Very true.
This is where Red need to get a flank into C. This
But
is
they
what
are
we're doing
having
every
fun,
time,
they
and
got-
they're already doing
they
it.
got
There we
Kumba
go,
doing
the
it,
boys
so
have got
yeah.
it. While all the LGD guys sprinted off to A, the spawns weren't even there for them anymore. Oh, unlucky.
No, there's Aris there
The boy
taking out
gets
the
shot
boy.
down. Okay, now they're pinched in butter.
I'm not gonna lie, at times for a team of LGD's quality, they do look messy at times. When it comes to
That
triple
is-
caps and that 5-man push, it's not something that I would expect from a top tier team. Obviously they're both top tier teams, but with the more experienced team being LGD, something that I'm not normally excused to. It looks more like a, I don't know, it looks more like a public stomp, if you know what I mean, like a public squad spawn in,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean, all pushing one flag.
Possibly
Rather than a more
miscommunication, or maybe they were a bit flustered by the early trailing.
Maybe,
Well, they just
yeah.
got
I mean, are we
excited.
having post and pre-match interviews?
Yes, we are with the captains.
We are, so that'd be interesting to raise up there on their thoughts on the 5-man squad spawns and what really was their game plan and trying to get back in. Especially Red, I would like to hear what they would like to say about having such a good start, but the triple cap killing them off again. I think this is something they need to go back to the drawing board to work on.
Look at some new
if they really
strats.
want to. And how to recover from it. Because I don't know if there's going to be many more tournaments for Battlefield 1 in the South African region, but
This
if
is the last.
there is, then they need to work on it. Only got 1v1 at the moment. Snuggies versus Esther on the B flag here. Esther sitting in B kitchen is now about to push. It's now 2.
Well, we're going to turn this
versus
into
1.
a red triple cap. I hope Dunks doesn't know they've got an A spawn there. He's going to get taken from behind, but can he turn on?
Wasn't lead feeder being taken out from behind as well?
Well, he knows he's got someone there.
Yeah, we've got taking down Sergeant Lead
Can't
Feeder
handle it.
off of C.
Close.
Will it be a
This
trip
is
cap?
interesting.
Oh, no.
Because LGD are down to 4 men,
Well, they
Oh,
are
can
still
red
with
capitalize?
with Esther Susie being disconnected.
And that
So
is
it
pretty
can-
much saying, welcome to South Africa. You're almost
Our
guaranteed to have
incident's
at least like 2 people drop out per game.
So that's nice.
Yep.
See, here we go again. There's that 5-man spawn. It's worked. See, this is unconventional again. If this was against the European team, I would definitely be bricking it when I see 5 from a team, 5 players running towards me. We can see LGD here moving the B flag, and maybe it's because they're 1 man short. I'm
Okay,
entirely
Red's got a
sure.
very heavy pusher to A. They want to capitalize on this triple spawn man.
Indeed, this is what they need. Red need to send 1 person to the British spawn now to watch for that triple cap.
Oh, we got a trip.
Yeah, we've got
Is it-
Snuggles.
There we
we've
go,
got
trip cap to
Snuggles,
red,
the
well
evil.
done, Reds.
We got the guys waiting for spawns on A from LGD. Oh, they spawned corner. They spawned corner. Can Red take out that last man on A? Yes, they can.
We've got lead feeder pushing off to C. Will he make it in time? It seems like he's uncontested there.
See, Red have made a very stupid effort, very stupid mistake there. They've concentrated all their efforts on Alpha
Not
rather
pulling
than
back.
anyone watching, rather than anyone watching the spawn. You need at least 2 people watching the spawn, 1
Yeah, they can make a
person.
good split here. They're leaving themselves a little bit open on the right side, the corner side, and you see this. Akavaz is already
Indeed.
taking advantage of that flank. He's going to get that back pinch, takes out Dunks. While the red guys push into C. Akavaz is going to
Exactly.
go straight for the A spawn. Maybe this guy on his right's going to take him out there. Yeah, boy, he does. Good capitalization there.
So
Don't
that
think he
was risky
expecting
by
that.
Red. It's worked because they pulled back a lot of tickets from that triple cap, but at the end of the day, it's a risky move because they've now lost Charlie. And here we can see Aquavash trying to go for a flank again, but this time Dunks may be able to cut him off.
Oh,
in
Dunks,
what
they
we
just
like to
miss
call the
each other.
Braveheart building.
And they miss each other again. He's going to find
Marvin now to 2 on 1 though.
Oh,
2 on 1.
Akavaz is going to jump behind him.
Take it from behind.
Takes him down. Akavaz
See the
now
kill
alone on B.
feed there.
He's going to give them 3
And
spawns
red.
and turn this map right around. LGD
No, like, as
scrambled.
you-
They are scrambling.
This is a close game because this will need to go to the 3rd map in order for LGD to have enough points. It looks like we're having a substitute here for LGD. It looks like Esther Susie will not be joining, but Clown is. As it popped up on my screen saying that he has joined the server. So maybe perhaps a tactical decision, maybe, or we just led to believe it's just a standard disconnect. I don't know. You tell us, chat.
Well, so you're right. As things stand, even if LGD got a triple cap until the end, that would only be about a 67, 65 point margin. So they're still 10 points shy or so for going to the final.
Akbar's doing a good clean-up job right now on the Bravo flag. He's currently on low HP though. He's pushing. Oh, and he gets taken
Only
out
the
by
glass.
Snuggles. Good effort though. LGD are still stuck on this Charlie flag. And Leadfeeder doing a bit of dirty work, taking out the enemy and pulling off a revive. Good job there.
Sure, LGD is going to be over right now that they're down a man.
On Eris.
Indeed, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be too happy that this isn't the game strategy that they're used to. I'm pretty sure Suez is definitely one of their stronger maps, but I'm pretty sure they've brought in the wrong kind of lineup for today's game. They've decided to bring in from what I can only imagine is their medium range players rather than the close quarters. and I think you need that even distribution between the player. I think you need 2 medium, 2 short, and that kind of player that can mix it up between both.
These very linear maps, these linear maps require an aggressive gunplay for establishing map control. But like you said, you need at least 2 or mid-range to long-range players to shut down those lanes when you do take control.
We're back to 5.
Yeah, we got Clown coming in for LGD in space of 8 SSC.
So here we go, that is a good change for LGD. This could definitely work in their favour because Clown is a close quarters player. So we're currently running 3 assaults, and 2 medics. I see Red are currently running a 3 medic, 1 support, 1 medic lineup, which is quite interesting because I find the support on Suez not as effective as a medic would be, purely on the basis of the bar is not really that great in close quarters. Whereas if you take a sweeper, it's perfectly fine, and we can see LGD here have recovered and gone for a triple cap, and this could be game here.
Sure, crazy how that 1 extra player makes all the difference, huh?
Yeah.
Indeed.
1 man.
That's that 1 hole in the line and that can be opened up completely.
Looks like we got a little trouble on Charlie. Going on to top.
Oh, Clown taken out by Snuggles.
Okay, little
Looks
first
like Red are
person
turning around to
areas.
have C control. The red guys are searching C for something that's not there. I think they need to get off and support the guys on B. Oh, and it's too late.
B guys fall as you say that, and looks like they're just gonna rub it in their face one more time and be like, we got B now, even though we don't actually have to get it.
Looks like the trade's going the way of red on butter.
Oh, and there we go.
Taken down by your boy.
Potentially could get a triple here. Potentially could get a triple. It's 1 versus 1 on the Alpha. If they can get this triple, 2 versus 1. Amir gets taken out.
Very
2
hard.
versus
They're
1 still.
pushing
Is it too late?
away.
Is it too late? 3 versus 3. 3 versus 2. 2 versus 2. 2 versus 1. Can they do it? It's too late. Are they going to do it? Oh my god, they're actually going to do it.
There we
Jenks,
go,
they're
they
going to
pulled
do
it
it.
out.
One of them needs to watch the spawn because they're watching
Oh, they
it.
got a
Dunk is
corner
watching the
spawn, they
spawn
got a
now.
spawn. Oh, Dunkson's there. That's 1v3. He's calling his guys back to B, I'm sure.
Oh, it's like
This
a
is such a close
hornet's
game.
nest.
Can Aquavars take out Snuggy? Snuggy gets taken out by Aquavars, and Aris is in support. Is this too late? This is such a close game. Can they pull it off? Currently 2 versus 1. 1 versus 1 on the Alpha flag as we stand. Clown pushing Fisk now. And LGD have farther, and that looks... Indeed, that looks like it was a game for their bye. Red, but it was too little too late. I reckon if they did this whilst LGD were down to 4 men, they could have potentially won the game. But what a game. What a game, for sure. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 2-0 LGD.
Nice guys.
But that was a good game on both parts. That was very well done by both teams.
So does anyone remember the deficit on the first game?
It was 101 to 200.
101 to 200,
I think.
so that's a 99 deficit plus a 23 deficit. So that's going to be 122. Big muffs.
So only another 60, 70 odd points needed
Yep.
for LGD to get into the final.
So, per se, what happens if it doesn't happen? What if they fall short? Is there a tiebreak
And
or
they're out.
sudden death? Oh, really?
As far as I know. Let's also not count red out there. All they need is 175 deficit now on the last map. Easy. Easy quiz.
Yeah, simple. Just destroy everyone. Well done.
It's a close push though. It's a very good effort there. But looking at the scoreboard here, Dunk's going in 26-31. Killer for red is definitely. I want to say Amir Al-Kurad, but he went negative. So yeah, I'm really struggling to say anything. But Aquavars, he's definitely making a new frag movie. 51 for 25.
A little bit more balance from red
carries.
if you look at the KDs, I would say. They're not as... I think they played a lot harder in that round. to
Indeed,
be
that's
honest.
definitely a win for LGD, but it's definitely not their normal traditional win that they would want.
I think it
Killer
goes
for
down to
LGD
that
definitely
fourth.
being Aquavars. 51 to
Nah,
25.
Clown. What are you on about? Clown?
Clown.
3 and 3.
3 for 3. Well, I mean...
Okay, so it
Nice
says
play,
we're going
lad.
back to Argon.
It will switch to Nivo, I should imagine. This is
Development.
interesting. This is what I love about the African leagues. You play maps that we don't normally play in Europe.
So we
Like
got
Nivelle
Ricky.
Nice.
Ricky's saying they need a 52 ticket 52 ticket deficit on the last map to take the win. Will Red
So you're
deny them?
saying you're saying that if they don't get that, then they're out. So even if they win this map, they're out.
If they don't get a 52 or more ticket
Yeah.
deficit.
And
And
I
I think they've got Mob, or Mob's on the line, because Mob is the team holding the 175 deficit after last margin of last night's games.
This is definitely a close game. It's definitely
And
all to play
guys,
for, but can Red pull it off?
next
So what
map
happens if?
is a 150 ticket game as well, so that's going to make it even harder.
Okay, it looks like
Oh wow.
we've got
So
the
what
little
happens
wheels, so
if
something
Red
is
don't
happening.
achieve their deficit?
What do you mean, Red? You mean if Acid doesn't get the
There
high
we
enough
go.
deficit?
Yeah. What happens if Acid and L, blah, 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 blah. What if Acid and Red don't get their deficit?
So if
'Cause-
LGD or Acid doesn't get the deficit in this game, then I believe they're out. They'll go to maybe a third place playoff.
Okay, guys, it looks like a 3
Really?
minute spawn.
Okay. You see, that's
This
why
map
I
is
don't
going
see
to be
that it's fair
interesting.
though, because I mean, if the team wins, they should be allowed to go through. This whole deficit thing, I can understand why it comes in, but it still doesn't actually make sense to me.
Yeah. So it's tough because we had six T5 pools. So that means six cup finalists. So that's 3 games. I mean, it's kind of hard to do a knockout in 2 weeks with 6 teams if you're not going to play like a ladder.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But regardless, I mean, we were in early days of South African development, especially in Battlefield and stuff, so,
That's
you
also
know,
very true.
it is awesome to play in these things and get it going, so,
From
you know,
what
thanks
I've
to
seen, though-
Yaku and all the guys at Battle Bros. And Rips.
From what
we
I've
love
seen
you,
though,
Rips.
playing on African servers, the teams and the play style, everyone, I call it tryharding, but it's not. Or sorry, it's not. I call it try. You guys may call it tryharding, but to me, it is. Everyone's up for a fight. Everyone's up for a scrap. Everyone wants to win, and it'd be interesting to see. Imagine if there was no ping, what it'd be like playing against these top tier teams
Yo.
on a neutral server. Imagine what it would be like. I reckon it would be
Also,
evenly
5
matched up.
seconds. We'd like to get a little bit sweaty.
So Ryan,
Okay,
from
I
your
know.
experience, you've never got to play with us on. You've all got a bit of a mixed spawn there.
Yeah.
Tussle at A. Akvar's going down.
Little
So from
trade,
your
though.
experience, you've never got to play with us on an even ping. But how do you rate the South African players?
South Africa. Well, obviously, I'm going off the basis of I've played a lot of games with obviously a couple of guys at the LGD, and I've obviously met people from other platoons, and the way that they play is just different from Europe. And I wonder if these, as you say, African powerhouses like AOV and LGD, how they would cope on European soil against some of the other big boys. Same with some of the American teams such as I9, We Are the Mighty, TSL, all these kind of guys competing on a mutual server. And I guess hopefully in the next battle we might see LAN servers or something like that. It'd be interesting to see. I know DICE were pushing for the incursions, but I just don't think incursions had enough liking towards it, hence why it didn't really happen. But who knows, maybe in the next Battlefield we'll see. But the game has
I'd be
started and
very-
let's jump straight into it.
I'd be very curious to see how the African guys stand up against the European players.
Well, I mean, it seems like it's 2 completely different play styles, so it'll actually be a pretty cool thing to watch. I mean, I wouldn't mind watching Apex versus LGD or something like that. Whoever comes out top in the Bad Bros or South African competition go up against one of the European guys. I'd pay to watch that.
If there's money, we're playing. That's the thing with that. I mean, we're playing in American tournaments right now, and there's prize money, so we're playing.
Something I wish would get big enough for this side, especially with console games. I know there are some PC sort of things that go there, but I wish there would be bigger tournaments for the console gamers.
Like I said, early days.
Right,
Okay,
jumping
so
into
we've got-
scanning. Sorry, Karen, you carry on.
Oh,
I'll
no,
let
no,
you carry on.
you go. Sorry.
Okay, so we can see Red here with 2 cap on Alpha and Bravo, and LGD stuck sorry, Alpha and Charlie, and LGD stuck on Bravo, which is interesting. I'm not really sure if any teams actually ever made any strats for this map because it's such a randy map, so to speak, and it's so dark and it's impossible to see what you're shooting at from my experiences. I suppose the best thing you can do is just take glitch, like Aquabars and Clowns right here with Brisk and Humber.
Palmer needs to get that spawn. Although he's pre-aiming that corner, he knows someone's there, but Aquabars is also waiting. Oh, he's got the 3-man spawn, and we've got some A spawns. The LGD guys are rushing off, so it's going to be a 2v1 on A.
Good push here. LGD still pushing the Charlie flag here, and we can see Galaxy camping, tactical camping, tactical waiting, I think we call it for purposes only. Sitting on the Bravo flag. Quality play right here, and very intense gameplay, sitting on that flag, being a spawn beacon for Sergeant Ledfield. Good push, lad. Good push. Anyway, back to the Charlie flag. We've got 4 reds on it, and they're currently stuck on it. So we've got LGD here with the Alpha and Bravo flag, which is quite interesting. I think if Red are to push out, they definitely need to use smoke on these stairs.
You can see here how Aras is watching that back run of C to A. We've got what's this player? Galaxy. You got is that Galaxy just down from B underneath library? Oh, no, Sergeant Ledfitter, he's watching that back run very effectively. Just took out 2 players. They are 100% trapping. He just got taken out, so that's going to be a big break. But he's got a teammate, Galaxy Crazy on B, who's probably got the call out. He's going to be waiting for guys on that stairway run. There's Sergeant Ledfitter getting it to one piece.
He just missed it, and then we got a little bit more red action here.
Almir trading him out. Can Galaxy finish him off?
Oh, it's close. Oh,
goes the way of red.
Takers.
So the tactical waiting there did not pay off, but we can see that Red have pushed for the Alpha flag, and they're capping the B flag, so going for the AB flag. All they need is the Charlie flag and it's ABC. 1, 2, 3. Pushing out here.
It's such a tough map for me because I mean, like, Ledfeeder was watching that lane, and that's cool. So you can shut down the lanes, but you can't really commit more than 2 guys aside. And the problem is because of all the buildings, even if they go out, you don't have players that can pick up the trades quickly because they're so isolated when you're watching a lane.
Bars on apples. First person.
I find on this map there's a lot of different ways to go to each of the flags, so it's hard to try and get 1 or 2 guys to finish capping a flag because they can get attacked from, like, look on C, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's almost 5 to 6 different directions you can be attacked from.
Clown coming in for a 3-piece there.
It's so important to keep the communication up and constantly be calling the numbers, because if your team knows there's 3 on B, there's 2 on A, they know that they can rotate the map if there's a heavy push on one side. It's really important for everyone to have an idea of where the enemy numbers are at every point.
Had a little scrapping down there on C, but it seems as though the Clown came out on top of that, and C and B both under LGD control now.
A little action statue as well.
Big skirmish there on statue going the way of LGD.
Following Sergeant Ledfeeder at the moment.
The red guy's pushing you back of A to C. Cool. Going the way of red, we've got your boy Risk Frisk pushing C. It's a 2v1. Should go the way of red, and it does. Good. I think we got A's in LGD's control.
So what would you say would be a good strat for LGD to try and pull out now?
Sorry about that, technical difficulties.
We need to go for trips. At the end of the day, LGD, and it
Indeed,
looks like it's happening.
sure.
Oh no.
Oh no, we got
Sure
the
if,
one red on there.
Back with us, Ryan?
I am indeed. I have technical difficulties. I'm pretty sure Red are on the standpoint now that if they can't get their deficit, then they need to take out LGD with them. If no one goes for the final, then if they can't go for the final, then nor is LGD. Because this is still
Yeah.
such a close game.
Yeah, they need to do a spite. They need to be doing a spite play right now.
Indeed. Because 150 tickets at this rate, well, we're at 50 tickets right now, and LGD are at 65, so something tells me it happening.
It had to be about 98 to 150 to get that 52 deficit. So I mean, it is possible, but highly unlikely at the way it's playing right now.
If you've got
Indeed.
85 tickets left in the game for the winners, and they keep doing this 2-1 flag, I mean, so that's 2/3 going to go to LGD. That's not enough.
Yeah, that's true. And then
Well, it might be enough. It might just be enough.
Red's really holding the mid well on the statue. I mean, if you see the trades, they're normally kind of like winning the mid map and then picking their lane, from what I can see.
it does seem like that. I will second you on that there, Cal. It seems as though whoever has that middle pretty much has a section, and for most of the map, Red has been holding that very nicely.
I've seen a lot of trades go their way there.
I think if Red are to win this, they either need to go for a triple, or if LGD are to win this, they need to go for a triple and kill the game now.
Well, seems like they're doing that right now. As you say, they're C.
They need to kill it off. It's 3 versus 1. 4 versus 1. There isn't taken out.
Goes back.
Unfortunately, that was just a numbers game, numbers taking out. Aquavos there.
I think what is key, and I said it earlier, is having an early triple cap, being the more aggressive side. You get a triple cap, it demoralises them, and they're going to be on the back foot. And you do that early, the earlier the better, I always find, because you just want to crush them. You want to get the game out of the way. That's the mindset you got to have. And you see Aquavos the clown here, going for a flank on the Charlie flag, going for a triple here. 2 versus 2, but Red have the high ground, and they're aware of Akbar's position. Akbar's nearly being burnt up there. Akbar's engaging Pumba. Akbar's taking out Pumba. Arras in support of Brick now. Takes him out.
Yeah.
This is what they needed from the beginning. Good job at early stages. It's a bit awkward though for this map because it's 150 tickets rather than standard 200. Which can be a bit of a pain in the back, but
I mean, that'd be the
no
last
big
map
issue.
is really pushes you to the wire.
Yeah. Here we
I
go.
think if LGD don't go through, they will be biting their nails over not getting the massive win on Suez. But I think for them that definitely would have been a map they would have been counting on.
Yeah.
I mean, here it seems like they are getting a bit desperate. Almost everyone from the LGD team moving on to try and take B, which does leave anyone. We know that sneaky Pumba boy likes to do well on those little flanks. If he can flank around to C and he gets to C, then it's going to be back with the Reds.
There we got Red now sitting on the B flag, 2 of them, to ensure that triple cap doesn't happen again. So I think the goal is now is to just stall LGD as much as possible.
I wonder if they're doing the quick maths.
Any big chats in chat? We'll do some quick maths for us. What is the chat saying? How's everyone say you're enjoying the game? If you like in the commentary, and do subscribe to Caster for more commentary and more streams, good quality streams of Battlefield.
We've got some disputes happening. Let's just keep it family friendly.
Who's
PG rated, guys. PG rated.
Who's disputing?
What is the dispute?
Argument.
Yeah, I'm saying what is
there's just a few comments going backwards and forwards. I think it's anything to shine light on.
Oh guys, be friendly now. It's on you again. Don't cry. Akvar's taken out 3 there, but then gets taken out by Dunk defending the Alpha flag. This is a good push here, and Red is still holding 2 flags. So it's still a close game.
They're playing a really good game.
I mean, we said at the start this has got to be a matchup of 2 high-tier teams.
I wonder
I mean,
what LGD's composure is looking like now, because I mean they must be feeling the weight of that point difference that they need. I wonder if it's actually negatively affecting the game.
I wonder if LGD are used to the mindset of easy wins, easy crush, because they're being such a high tier team. Of used to just get kills, come over in 2 rounds, just leave the match, tickety dookly boo.
Yeah,
Whereas at the minute they're being
complacent.
given a run for their money. Endurance is definitely key. I mean, the game's been going, this whole scrim has been going for the best part of an hour and 10 minutes now. It can be quite a endurance, because I mean, even for me when I play a T5, I play two maps, four rounds, 2 maps. It's quite enduring, and we don't normally go to 200 tickets, we go to 100 tickets, and even that can take it out of you from the intensity. So having to go 200 tickets and play 3 maps, even though it's only once, it is still quite enduring. And the concentration must be key throughout the whole game. You can't afford for a slip up, because otherwise it's a triple cap, and get triple cap, you lose the game. So I think endurance is key.
What's our deficit looking at like right now? So we've got a 50-point deficit right now. Can Red close it? They've got 2 flags, so the flag positioning is in their favor, but can LG turn around and get that last triple?
If Red go past 98, then LGD's out.
That is interesting.
And it is close.
That is
Coming
very
down to the
interesting.
wire.
They've got LG's got a triple right now on the way.
Indeed.
Here's the spawn.
Here we go,
They're
it's the
gonna be
assault place. This is
scrambling.
what I was talking about earlier.
Oh, look at those whole regals.
Yo, just that feed lighting up Red side. I mean the color red, not actually the team red.
And you've got
Indeed.
4 whole regals and a Madsen. What is that number, Bailey? 94 points.
98. They get past 98,
98.
and then LGD's out.
Nail binding
It's
stuff.
got to
I
be
mean,
close.
Red
10
have come to the
tickets,
party.
this is going to be very close.
It's come.
Can they do it? Can
Oh.
LGD pull this off? Aquavar's been engaged, he gets taken out 3 versus 1 there. LGD need to break out of Charlie because Bravo is exposed. 91,
101.
90, come on, 8 tickets.
And
I
you
think
do it.
7
LGD are
tickets
going
left.
to
This
do
is
it.
where the composure
If-
needs to happen. Red's got a big push to butter, they're going to take 2 flags, but LGD's also got a big push to A.
Yeah, it looks. Ooh, it's gonna be a trade of flags.
Gonna be very,
Except
very
Butter's gonna be
close.
traded quicker.
6 points left.
Okay, we are
We've already
93.
got a push to Charlie. 2 guys pushing to Charlie.
4
8
points.
needs
meters
to happen
pushing
now.
up to watch statue. I don't think he knows they're coming behind him. Oh,
Three.
he's got some kind of call out. Takes out 2 good stuff.
Can
Oh,
they
and
do
here's
it?
the triple.
98.
I think they're gonna do it.
94.
Well
94.
done, guys.
No
That's good.
way.
4
Red.
points.
And
Well
they
fought,
pull it
guys.
just
Well
there.
You
fought,
have to be
guys.
happy for them.
GG,
What a great
boys.
That was good play there. Just
So-
Close game.
barely making it.
So I think if Bailey's maths is correct, then LGD are going through to the final.
Give us a comment in the
If
comment
there's any
section.
comments, if we've done something, done some incorrect calculations, let us know.
But
What a
well
game.
played
Well composed.
to Dunks and the boys at
Some of the
LGD.
boys.
Yeah. Well.
Both teams playing very well.
Yep. Coming in
We're
really well.
quite friendly with both teams, so it's hard to take any sides.
But LGD, unfortunately, they're coming out on top. I say unfortunately for Red, coming out on top there. As we were saying, if my maths is correct, then LGD be going through.
That's really unfortunate for Mob or Monarchy of Battle. If they are knocked out, they also played a hell of a season.
I mean, at the end of the day, it was a close game. It was a great battle by both teams, and it was just endurance, endurance, endurance. And we can see LGD celebrating at the end there just by firing up into the sky.
Really
been
coming
one
down to
hell of
the
a game to
wire.
commentate. But the killers of the game for Team Red, it is going to be Brisk Frisk going 25 and 15, and for LGD it is going to be Aquavars on top again, top of the leaderboard 30 and 20.
So are we gonna invite the leaders to this chat?
I think we should. I think it'll be a good
And
idea.
then I'll invite Aquavars and Dunks now.
Okay, super.
I mean, commiserations to Red, LGD, congratulations, you're into another final. And who are they playing in the final?
LGD are going to be playing MSMK.
MSMK, classic derby day, classic derby day. That's going to be a close game for sure.
It's a private party. Okay, well, I'm suggesting players.
Yeah, I'm accepting them.
So those of you in chat, what are your thoughts on the game? If you like the commentary, be sure to subscribe and like and share the stream around. And definitely show some love for the community. I mean, this has been a great game to watch, or for me to commentate over at least. Definitely one of the most intense ones I've seen, and one of the closest ones I've seen for quite a while. So,
Really got that standard closing statement nailed here. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Really helps out the channel.
Yeah, thanks.
Hello, boss.
It's
Yo,
Your boy. Well done, bro. Coming down to the wire.
dude, that was literally the wire. We beat them by 178 tickets, I think.
it was a close game. I did.
Yeah,
a very close game.
178, and our target was 175. So.
Yeah, right down to the wire.
Oh,
Dunks, you guys are being very
Dunksy.
spiteful there, hey?
But I'm not gonna lie, the disconnect on Suez completely fucked us over.
Well, very, very well played, bud.
GG Dunks, that was intense. That was really sweet. Well played, man. Thanks for
That
the
nightmare had us on our toes, bro.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Same here.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
both
really
teams
well
get
played.
straight.
LGD, well deserved winner. Really, really well deserved team. Won great team.
So, Aqua, tell us what is the party atmosphere like there at the end?
Sure, dude, it was tense. Like, get on the fucking flags! But yeah, despite that, quite happy that we got away with the victory. And not just the victory, beating Mob versus Royals ticket difference as well, which means we get into the final, thank goodness. But it was not easy. I'm not gonna say it was everything except easy. Great
If
game
you think it
prepared.
wasn't easy, you must try being my shoes.
No.
Gotta change your socks there, but
I told you we're not gonna underestimate you guys, and I'm glad we didn't, because that was not easy. Well played, and you guys improved the fuck ton.
Aqua, I'm gonna phone Tian and just tell him you didn't get enough beers in you before the game. You're on points
Dude, I
now.
only drink one beer. He's playing next to me right now. Give me some cake.
No, guys,
No,
really
but
well
thanks for the
played.
games, buddy.
You guys had those head glitches covered. We battled to get you guys when you were covering objectives. Really, really well played out. Good game plans, good strats, great killers. Nothing more I can say really. Really just
Oh, thanks, buddy.
fully
Feelings
polished
mutual.
team.
Feelings honestly mutual, dude. Thanks a lot, man.
Next season. Can't wait for next season.
dude.
Battlefield
Next
5.
season's gonna be lit.
yeah.
Right,
Battlefield
let's
5
jump
's gonna
into
be
some
fantastic.
questions then, shall we, for both teams. So obviously the first map was Forest. It was such a close game to start off with, and I'm afraid for Red it was commiserations on that map. But you had such a great start, and what happened is around the 100 ticket mark that you just kind of lost control of the game and the triple cap started. And run us through what was the thought process on Argon.
On Argon, we were initially split 3-2, and we just kept on getting outgunned. We pretty much, yeah, I think it was the outgunning, to be dead honest, and we tried to change it up, have one guy holding, four guys pushing, and it just didn't work out, so we thought we'd try to push a bit harder, and it just ended up backfiring a little bit, so I'll take that one on the chin.
Fair enough, fair enough. And then we saw from LGD there, Aqua, that the positioning was just on point. You had people covering the flanks with Leadfeeder and Susie, you know, people pushing through the middle and you getting in dirty, doing the dirty work. It just seemed like it was organised chaos, which you kind of thrived on.
Yeah.
Was that the case?
That was, yeah, it's actually definitely the case. Yeah, that's definitely the case. We had a pretty solid strat of people holding off objectives and dedicated people running in up close and personal to rotate.
Yeah, I can vouch for it. The rotation of you guys was on point. As soon as an objective was capped from our side, we had LGD guys on it pushing. It was continuous onslaught.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, it felt the same way with you guys.
Nah, I can't say anything. My boys did well, and I can't actually say anything more from them.
I mean, for the first round as well, for me not knowing much about Redden and seeing them come out of this and being told that they're the underdogs and seeing this come out and for such a good start, it was quite a shock to me to see an early triple cap by you guys and then just slowly losing it, and it's like, it's painful to see, but it was a good effort from LGD for recovering. Moving on to Suez then, a bad start for LGD, early triple cap,
yeah.
very bad start, very bad start, and then the disconnect as well. Run us through Suez.
Dude, to be honest,
Yeah,
I would, no, sorry,
go for it, Echo.
It's right next to our feet, yeah. But anyhow,
Yeah, I'll start off. So on Red, we basically had that nasty Battlefield 1 spawn where LGD and Red pretty much were intertwined on the spawn, and we just got very lucky that the LGD guys weren't looking around at that
Alright,
point,
we'll move on
and we
to the
got a
next
few
question
kills.
then, I assume. Run us through Suez then, Dunks.
Yeah, like I was saying, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we get now.
Yeah, bro. You can
Yeah,
hear-
like I was saying,
Can you hear me?
LGD were just very unfortunate on the start. We ended up spawning in between each other on the
Can
start
you
of
hear me?
Suez once again.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Alright,
and
yeah,
then
cool. Can you run us
what
through
happened?
Suez then, Dunks?
Well, I don't think Ryan can. You can't hear Dunks because he's been talking.
Oh, I can't hear him. Rip.
So I can hear
no,
Ryan,
no.
so I'll just relay. If you guys can just relay that I am talking, it's
Okay,
yeah,
so
he's talking. I will let you know.
he's talking now, Ryan.
Oh, he left the
Yeah,
bar
it's gone.
as well now.
so
continue.
yeah. I'll carry on. So we basically got lucky. LGD didn't look around. We got a few monster kills in the start just purely by spawning behind them. Got the triple cap, and after that triple cap, holding a triple cap when you got a team like LGD pushing 3 and 2 together, and RS holding an objective and doing the head glitch on Bravo was just lethal, man. And they had very good medics on the ground. RS was running medic, H50C was running medic, and they were just pulling those revives out and dominating us on the revive side. But our guys did really, really well in the beginning, and unfortunately LGDs came back and hurt us a little bit.
Indeed, I think it was that tactical substitution there, Aqua, wasn't it, with Clown? And I think from LGD's perspective, they had geared up for a battle with long range rather than the close quarters players. So like Aras and Esther Susie and Lead Feeder being
So
on
I'm-
the support, and not enough assault players where it was just mainly you and Crazy. And when Susie left out and Clown came in, that was when we really started to see the triple cap for LGD to come in.
So, Dunks, I wanted to ask, did you guys realize when LGD lost that fifth man, were you
Yes,
calling a
yes.
heavy aggressive push to capitalize?
So we called the heavy push, and then unfortunately we were pushing Charlie extremely hard, and they were just so well positioned in the buildings and Charlie in the windows. And as soon as we got out into the open alleyways, we were getting taken out quite easily. But unfortunately, the only way we could push Charlie is in those open alleyways. There's no buildings to really run through, and they had the buildings pretty much on lockdown. So even though they went down to 4 men, we did push quite hard and close the ticket gap quite nicely, but we just couldn't finish them off.
And also when you were triple capping, I noticed from a spectator's point of view, you left the sport very open. You always push with 5. Was that due to like a tactical failure of like the planning of what happens when a triple cap happens? Are you not leaving anyone behind, or did you say right, all 5 go?
So what the game plan was to push together to the middle objective on Suez and have the 4-man team push the furthest objective to try get their triple while they had the 4 men. Obviously that changed up when Clown came in, but while they had the 4-man, we thought we'd just push as hard as we could onto their objective.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it was a good
Unfortunately,
triple.
unfortunately their gunning is just ridiculous, so we have to try to get as many guys in the gunfights as possible.
Yeah, 2 versus 1 almost every time. You always need to
Yeah.
move as power in numbers, as they say.
Correct, yeah.
Moving on to Evo Night, it's quite an unconventional map that us Europeans are not used to seeing purely on the best of. It's not really in the roster. In fact, it's not at all in the roster for map rotations. What's the game plan behind it? Because I noticed that the only really way you can hold flag is just by head glitch instead.
Oh yeah, from our side, we were just basically trying to hold to objectives just to keep that ticket count lower than 45 tickets so we could hold LGD from progressing, but once again they just had a game plan that was unbelievable. Our boys did extremely well in the beginning, and I think LGD got a bit of a flame under their asses when they saw the tickets, and I think they're 38 for 38 at a point, and they just had to push as hard as they could at the end.
No, definitely. We had to pretty much we had to keep control of the center area, because if we had control of the center area, we could easily branch off between all 3 objectives. And at the time where it was like 40 tickets on both teams, almost 40 tickets, we saw that none of you guys was pushing towards B. So we just decided, alright, everybody push towards A and C, because they're not pushing B. And that's where the tickets came rolling in, because we had more people pushing towards the other flags.
Yeah, I mean, it was very close. At the end, there literally 3 tickets. I mean, I think from the spectator, as I was saying in the group here with the boys, we were saying that it's definitely not an unconventional win for. I think it's Suez that bit you in the arse the most, because it's not an unconventional win that you would normally be used to.
No,
But
definitely.
leaving
I
it
think,
to, yeah.
but on Neville nights, I think Aris has to have some credit there holding down centre map, allowing the rest of LGD to push off and have that freedom to push whatever objective they deem necessary at the time. It was just impossible to get him. It was just so pressed it was just impossible to get that centre map with him in the middle there.
So
Indeed.
Aqua,
And
who's
they got a
your
perfect position.
Aqua? And I
Yeah.
guess the same goes for Dunks afterwards. But who is each of your guys' team's MVP? Do you think for the match?
I have to be honest, for the
You're
whole
gonna say
match.
yourself? Yeah.
No, I actually don't want to say myself.
Come on, Akko, you've got to pat yourself on the back a little bit.
Yeah, I killed a lot of people, but that's just my role. I have to go in and play. That's just my role. But if I have to think about Galaxy, like Galaxy Crazy, if it wasn't for him, he prevented so many trip caps when we only had one objective. And us for me, Aras, Led and Aster, us for pushing towards the other objectives, he was our anchor. And he just prevented the trip caps. So I've got to give it to him. From LGD side and from Red side, Chris is just a monster, dude. That guy kills like none other, honestly. So yeah.
No,
From
he's a
Red
monster.
Side, Chris.
Oh, look, from Red side, I think we had a hard time with obviously Aqua coming in and shredding, and then just Aris's positioning, holding us and blocking off alleyways. It made it impossible for us to move freely and how we wanted at points. But from Red side, I'd give a shout out to Amir, Brooks, and Snuggles. They performed brilliantly, and Yaboy, as a medic, was doing the best he could to get us up and going again. So, as a team effort, I think our guys were phenomenal.
Yeah, I've got to say I was really impressed with Amir's performance tonight. Really impressed.
I mean, for us, it was a game. It was a game that has been so intense, and one that I've had to. It's a pleasure being commentating it, but I have no longer further questions. So, do you guys want to wrap it up there and call it a night?
Yeah, just a thank you very much to all of you guys doing the stream and everyone else who tuned in. It was a fantastic game, and hopefully we can live and learn from it and come back stronger. Battlefield 5.
Oh yeah, I definitely did. It was an honor.
For sure, for sure.
Honor.
Honor is ours. Honor.
Right, guys,
Yeah, no, thanks a lot,
my name is Big Ryan K. It's been a pleasure here streaming with you lot guys, presenting this match. It's been a real pleasure to do. Be sure to drop the stream a like and a follow, subscribe and share, and the whole load of other jazz, turn notification bells, and be sure to tune in for the final, which is going to be LGD versus Mob, I believe.
MSMK.
MSMK, so good old classic derby day. So be sure to tune in there.
Ron, do you have a streaming channel yourself? Could you give us the viewers the deets there, dude? A couple guys
I do.
asking.
I've got my own YouTube channel, which is just Relentless. I will type it in the chat in a moment if you'd be shooting for that. I do have a Twitch channel, but I can't stream because terrible internet. If you want Pizza Box internet stream, you know where to come. Other than that, that's all I've got. You can follow me on Twitter at Apex Eradicate, and you can follow the rest of Apex on the Apex official Twitter page. Other than that, you can find me there.
Sick, dude.
Thanks so much for joining us, Ryan.
Appreciate it.
Bring a pro touch there.
Always.
Handsome boys.
We'd love to see more. We'd love to hear more of it if we can.
Cool. And we're gonna end. Peace.